Skunk bunk.
Welcome. It's been a while since we recorded a podcast. About 2 weeks.
It's been a while.
A lot has happened in those 2 weeks that we would like to discuss.
It's been a fortnight.
We heard lumbering, and I was very much hoping that
a
a sleepy
that was
giant
the Sasquatch up in my
the
living room.
Squatch would enter this domain and just see us surrounded by blankets and me in a pirate hat.
Travis Scott Fortnite.
Fortnite.
Sounded like panic running.
Probably one of his midlife heart attacks.
I was gonna say, like, imagine you're sleeping face up, just inhaling as much air as like physically possible, and you realize in your dream, oh, I gotta shit right now, and so you wake up and just barrel down your hallway.
I've done that. I do that. There's not a single night that goes by where I don't have like an empty bladder. I'm always like my bladder's like an ocean sloshing around.
Okay.
It's always a delicate matter whenever I wake up in the morning.
Okay, this is actually more of a functional subject than it should be, is the fact that I have to pee before bed, because despite the fact I have never done it, I, for some reason, only in my adult life, am consistently afraid I'm going to piss the bed. I don't know why.
I never really think about that.
I don't pee the bed, but like I guess like whenever I have to piss, some piss just like condensates out of my bladder, out of like my dick area, because like my whole underwear, like front and back, will smell like piss, and I don't know what's going on. Too much urea in my
I don't know. No, just I don't know what's going on.
I wake up, my whole underwear will be damp, and I'm just like, why? What's going on?
Mine's different. It's just the fact that, like, never in my life have I had that problem, but at some point, like, I can't remember how long ago now, I just kind of like had the thought of, I gotta pee, but I'm in bed already. Do I trust my body to not piss itself while I'm not in full control asleep?
I ask that question too sometimes. I was
gonna say, the answer was no, and from then on, I cannot go to sleep if I feel even the like smallest urge to pee, because it will keep me awake.
Do you ever have a dream where like you go to sleep and then in your dream you feel like you have to pee, and like your dream actually becomes involved with you somehow pissing?
Yes, actually. Yes. I had a weird one. I had a dream, like, I was today going to work, and I was like, oh, I can doze off for a little bit. About like 15 minutes, I just dozed off. And then in like 15 minutes, I had a small dream where I was like, oh, yeah, I gotta get ready for work. And then I looked at the time on my watch, and it said 5, and then I woke up, and I looked at my like, it was like 5. I was like,
that's wild.
I got up and went to work.
I have consistently, like, outside factors influencing my dreams.
Okay, that's a really weird thing I want to talk about at some point.
What I'm saying is, like, I watch my grandmother in the morning, so I'll go to her house and I'll lay down on the couch while she's watching TV, and a lot of times I'll go to sleep. I have had so many dreams where, like, me and characters in the dream have been, like, interacting in a very, like, specific manner, like conversations that are very, like, real and uncomfortable, like, so, like, things about rape and murder and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? It's because she watches, like, NCIS and Law and Order and JAG in the morning, and, like, there's all these awful things, like, happening, and weird, like, conversations that'll happen in the dreams.
Crime shows.
Yeah. In, like, real time.
In daytime television.
But also, my physical well-being will feel different depending on what's happening. I had a dream a while back that I had rolled over in my sleep, so my face is in the couch, and I'm not getting a lot of air. So my dream made this scenario where essentially a horse falls on me while I'm sitting in a chair and is slowly suffocating me to death. And I was freaking out.
I had a dream. This happens very rarely, but sometimes whenever my alarm goes off in the morning, I won't wake up from it, and if I'm in like a really deep dream, I'll be in my dream and I just like I hear my alarm going off in my dream because I'm such a light sleeper. So I'll be in my dream and I hear my alarm and I can't fucking figure out, can like alarm sounds like piss me the fuck off. They infuriate me so fucking hard for no, I don't know why, but like so like this like I'll be in my dream and like this fucking alarm like this fucking sound is just like going and going. I'm like, what the fuck? And then it's just like eventually, I don't know, like 15 minutes, my body wakes up and it's like.
Dude, people say I'm a heavy sleeper, but like, I don't believe that.
You're definitely a lot less than you used to be.
Like I've been waking up like in a like split second. Like
I remember one time recently, I needed to grab something off of Tim's nightstand, and he woke up and like my hand was raised, and he like looked at me with like fear in his eyes because he thought I was gonna just hit him.
yeah, he literally had it like this, and I woke up. I went.
Well, real quick, yet there's the other side where like. You'll, like, I'm over here and you'll fall asleep, like, with something stupid on the TV, and you'll have both the remote and the controller up, like, right next to your fucking head on the pillow.
I always go for the remote, and you'll wake up, and, like, as I'm reaching for the remote.
He never wakes up when I do it, and I don't even, like, sneak up there. I just, like, kind of walk up and, like, I'll even, like, lean over you a bit, and, like, I know you can feel it, and just, like, I pick him up and then walk back to the fucking chair.
You have
and
to
nothing.
sometimes.
There's,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
no fucking reaction, and I'm like, yeah, you do this.
Like, I'm weird. I don't sleep in the middle of my bed. I always sleep on the end.
I do that, too.
You sleep on one side as if, like, the other side's open for somebody.
Yeah,
I
it's
sleep
never open.
I grew up, I'm, like, 6 feet tall, and I grew up on a twin-sized mattress for most of my life.
Oh, baby, stop
so,
talking about my childhood.
Yeah, so, like, now, I guess I have a queen-size mattress now, but I still, like, sleep curled up in a ball on, like, the corner of the bed with my feet hanging off.
Oh,
And it's
man.
like, I'm just like an
been
abused
trying to
puppy.
get-
I can't get used to the good life.
I keep getting into this awful...
Like, I can't.
Real quick, before we get off the subject of dreams, I had this really weird dream when I was little, where I felt like I had to piss. I don't know what the dream was happening before that, but I just like suddenly felt like I had to piss, and then it was a close-up of General Grievous from Star Wars standing on a ledge, and it just zoomed in on his face, and he's looking around, and I just start pissing myself. And I just, like, my eyes shoot open, and there's, like, it's just piss everywhere, and I'm like, oh, man.
Before we go back to sleep situation, because I have something for sleep, you made me think of something, like, both embarrassing but hilarious to me that's infuriating about piss, is, like, every guy has fucking, you're done pissing, and then it just seems to drip endlessly.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what you do, there's like
I
a
don't even
drop.
care. I just
Well,
throw, I just
yeah,
throw
there's
it in
something.
there.
Well, that's why your underwear cute.
Every so often, I'll have
You're
like
probably onto something.
pants with like a tie on them, like tie off on them, like strings. So like it's still kind of tight, and I don't untie it.
Drips on the
Oh,
string.
you piss on the drawstring.
No. It's putting enough pressure on my dick still, like as I'm trying to like kind of just pull it over the waistband. That
Pissing with a
doesn't-
boner.
hold on, we'll get to that.
That's something.
As I'm trying to pee, like I think I'm done, and then the moment the pressure comes off, this like quick like string of piss shoots in whatever direction it's facing. And there was one time.
String of piss.
That's all it
It
is.
just hits
'cause
the wall and it's like a solid.
I've had it like I was
It's a
looking
string.
down, and as I was putting it away, like it got like old school 3D movie at me for half a second, and I had a heart attack. But the worst one was I went to fucking put my dick back in my underwear, and as it's like in position, like against my fucking leg, it just shoots like straight down my pant leg, and I feel just like a single cold wet leg hair every couple of inches, and I'm just like, oh no, and I felt dirty the rest of the day.
As you
That's
should.
rough.
I hated it so much.
What about pissing with the bone?
I was about to say
Oh,
being a
okay.
bonus.
Yeah, I was gonna say pissing with a boner.
We're all excited.
Opinions.
Well,
I mean, what do you
okay.
mean opinion?
Like
Alright,
I use
thoughts.
the shower.
Okay, so
Hunter's like,
I just back away or roll far, and I just
See how
aim it
far
in.
you can get?
Yeah, see how far you can
I
get.
don't
No,
trust
so-
that hard mode difficulty.
No, I piss
shit.
in my hands and I put it in the
So
toilet.
your urethra connects to two different tubes. It connects to your balls and it connects to your bladder. Whenever you get a boner, it's trying to connect to your balls so it can let cum come out and so you can impregnate a female. So whenever you like piss with a boner, you're actually like, it like feels weird and sometimes hurts because it's like
you're
you're forcing it into a tube it's not forcing into a tube it's not connected to.
The fact that I can
like a
cause
railroad
myself
track.
like to do it easily is apparently really weird, as I've heard people tell me.
Man, yeah, there's nothing about it. Like,
Also,
So
this has been science.
would not
by
recommend.
Hunter.
It can't
Oh, no,
it
it's
doesn't
not
harm
fun.
you. It doesn't hurt you at all, but my favorite thing to do is whenever people talk about this, if you ever pee with a boner, first thing I always say is, you know that's like the worst thing you can do and that rips your tissue apart, right? And like I watch their eyes fucking go like,
That's pretty good.
Alright, enough about pissing.
Yeah. This has been,
I was gonna back to
11
the
minutes of-
subject of beds real quick,
Alright,
because
yeah.
you were talking about being scrunched up and you can't get used to not having to be. I have 3 cats, and I share a bed with my girlfriend. Misty will take like her whole and I know it's her half of the fucking bed, but I get less and less as she like rolls over to the center of it. So now, okay, I have half of the bed. It's fine. But lately, my cats have been coming up and like sleeping in whatever place isn't occupied at that second on my like side where my legs go in the bed. So I have to like weird question mark shape myself around the cat because I feel
Oh my
awful
God.
about making it move.
That's whenever I stay at my dad's.
And the dogs will just
The gremlins will just fucking like, I'll be laying there and one will go like behind my legs and the other one will like just come and
Dude.
sit right in front of my chest and I'm like, oh, I love them.
I love it
Yeah.
so much. Like there was a night, like just last night, not last night, like last week, I was trying to scoot in with Misty, and there's just a little opening between us, and Blanche is just like, and fucking just hops in there, like right under my fucking chin, and I'm like, thank you.
I haven't had an animal that likes to sleep with people in a long time, and I haven't felt the touch of an animal or a human being in
Well, I
many
feel bad.
moons.
Well, I have a cat that slept with me. It was pretty cool. She slept in my bed for like the whole night.
Great, do you have a knife?
It was pretty neat.
Love you, honey.
I'm gonna cut myself.
Alright, Tim, if this is a 4, you have to lick the dumbbell.
Okay. Neat. It was a 9.
Okay.
This is a 5. What are the odds you eat this?
When you say eat, do you mean like munch on it and suck on it, or do you mean like full swallow?
If this is a number greater than 1, Connor has to shit his pants.
Way ahead of you,
This
buddy.
is quality content.
Yeah, they can't even see the die.
Alright, what are the odds? Let me pick a person. Alright, Tim.
I knew it.
Well, just because it's your house and it's your...
Okay.
Tim, what are the odds you shit in your shower and stomp it down the drain?
What
You know what'll
the
happen?
fuck? That was like the last thing I expected.
He'll take a shit in the shower and he'll blame me and his mom will believe me.
And you just gotta spray with hot water and let it back up and be like, dead.
1 out of 30.
But you gotta use the upstairs one.
1 out of 5.
Okay, 3. Well, you stick with 1 out of 30.
5?
1 out of 5?
Three
Alright.
stairs.
2, 1.
1.
4. Oh.
That wasn't close at all.
I'm a god.
No, we were at work
Fuck.
today, and
This is waffle
some
style.
guy ordered a 3-meat pizza with no
I was
cheese.
gonna say, did you read it on the list?
No.
I have it on my fucking
And-
list of
That
topics.
sounds kind of good.
And Connor was like, the pizza was in the oven that was coming out, and he was like, I don't know if this guy is lactose intolerant or just stupid.
Just I wanted to walk up to him and literally just say, "Are you lactose intolerant or just
Stupid.
stupid?" He was like, "What are the odds?"
Yeah, I was like, what are the odds you put your hoodie on, and when I call it out, you go up to him and say those words.
I already talked about this last time, but next time you guys are in, like, around my area, let me know, and we should go to Blaze Pizza. I'm probably going to censor that. Because, like, I said it on the pizza episode, but it's like Subway for pizza. And they have, like, 4 or 5 different sauces, and they have, like, a bunch of different cheeses. And they just have, like, 50 different toppings you throw on your pizza.
It sounds fire.
That shit's so fucking good.
We'll have to fucking do that sometime.
Working at Little Caesars just makes me not hungry for pizza, but also when I'm there, I'm starving, so I eat pizza a lot.
So,
You know, but like,
I have discovered that I'm not sick of pizza. I fucking hate pepperoni now. Like, every pizza that we make has pepperoni, and every pizza I eat there has pepperoni, and I'm sick of pepperoni beyond belief. Like, whenever a cheese pizza comes out, it's like a fucking godsend to me. It just looks like the most delicious thing in the world.
I'll throw some hot sauce and, like, sausage on there.
I definitely enjoy knocking sausages off some of the cooked pizzas to eat them.
We definitely sometimes we make
Nice.
content that's not edible there.
Jesse's a sausage knocker.
Yeah, I am a
So-
sausage knocker.
There's a cheeser pizza.
Sausage knockers.
Wait, what?
There's a cheeser pizza.
Oh yeah, it's called
And-
What is that?
It's-
And
love it.
there's like this what is it, seasoning on it?
Cheese.
oh, the basil.
Yeah. They were
man.
teaching me, and they were like, "Yeah, put some basil on it." And he's like, "Yeah, like this." And then like I did it side by side, and I just went.
Yeah, he went nuts with it. I was like, and he went nuts with it, and then just went in to do it again and grabbed his wrist and was like, "I probably should have mentioned this earlier, but you're only supposed to put a little because it's really strong." And he just looks at me like, with just his face, and just like, "Oh."
Remember that fucking idiot retard I was telling you guys about that was hired at my job for a little while? He busted his head open off of the fry handle.
Okay.
You remember? He was fucking agreeing with me. I was trying to teach him how to, like, season the chicken that we make in the morning, because we have chicken, but we have 2 different kinds. We have, the main one is salt, pepper, and garlic, and I'd put on, like, double the amount of seasoning you're supposed to, because it makes it good. I told him just throw on, like, a lot of seasoning, because, like, it's pretty hard to fuck it up. This dude must have never put seasoning on food before, because he took the lid off of it and poured the seasoning like a mound of seasoning.
He didn't have like the
No, he took the lid off. And he just poured it. And there was every single piece of chicken had a mound of like salt, pepper, garlic. I was like, dude, you can't. I was like, what are you doing? He was like, well, you just said throw it on there. And I was like, what, you fucking asshole? Not like this.
Like,
How do you do
This
this?
is enough information for me to like unironically actually hate him. Like,
He's
like
fucking
not
idiot.
even like monk rage hate him. Like, no, I want to know where he is. I want to kick his ass, and I want to beat his parents for raising him.
He's fucking retard.
So
It was
we were
fucking hefty start though. That idiot retard. I
We
was
were
telling
working-
you about.
Fucking hate that dude.
we were working in Little Caesars, and Jesse comes back. He's like dancing, like pumping his arms up, and then he's like humping the air, and then he turns to the camera, and we're both looking at the camera. Well, I'm looking at it already, like being like, and he looks at they look at the camera and they go,
And then I just
cover
move
the
the box on the shelf to cover the camera.
That's funny.
No one's taking it off. It's still like
yeah, it's still like that. Nobody's done anything.
You guys are gonna get robbed.
You
Someone's gonna come with a shotgun, and you guys are gonna be like check the cameras, and there'll be like a fucking serial number to like your
Yeah, but they're gonna
arugula
fucking
you put on your
remember.
pizza.
Just the lid of the box.
Oh fuck.
There's another thing that was said today, which was the question that how do you feel about the fact that, like, if oh god, I can't speak and process this concept while high. It's dumb too. The concept that, like, someone professional would come to you and be like, yeah, a nuclear bomb is actually just like 3 billion firecrackers exploding at once. And you're like, that's not how it works. And he goes, no, it is. We just lied about how this works. We lied to you about how this science works.
Well, I hate whenever science journals say, like, an asteroid entered and, like, like an asteroid hit the planet and it created the force of, like, 90 tons of TNT. It's like, what does that mean? It's like a nuke. It was like 500 tons of TNT. It's like, so you're saying it was a big explosion? It's like the TNT fucking analogy isn't helping.
Do you know how many times I've seen TNT explode?
Yeah, not too many fucking times in my life, mister.
But no, that's what I was saying. Was like a nuclear bomb is just it's just like a silo filled to the brim with firecrackers.
Well, yeah, he was like, we got him from Phantom. We got him from Phantom fireworks.
Supplied by Phantom fireworks.
It's just a water tower full of bottle rockets.
Jesse was like, yeah, Nagasaki too. I'm like, no, they outsourced Nagasaki to another company. They didn't like them, so they were like, nah, back to Phantom.
I'd like to point out the fact that Phantom fireworks wasn't founded until the 70s.
Nah,
they just got their start in the 40s with.
Before then, they went by their.
In the 40s.
Yeah,
World War II.
42. 42
I
and
was
43.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't know dates. That's the thing.
I could be wrong about
I've
those
never
years.
actually given
44.
Yeah, I was gonna say 44 if I'm not mistaken.
43, or like late 43, 44.
Is it weird?
I mean, 40. I'm pretty sure it's 44 because didn't Japan surrender after Germany?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give a little bit of character points on our group. Whenever we were all talking about history dates, we all looked at Tim.
Yeah,
Because
Tim
he's
is.
the
that's
history,
44. I don't know why I
the
said
war
39.
history guy.
I was thinking theoretically when Germany just done.
When Germany was like.
Okay, so
yeah.
no, the reason I wasn't sure was
Cameras.
because for some, like, it didn't
Shit,
sound
I'm
right to me
fact-check.
because the concept that like the nuclear bomb feels way more ahead of the times for the 40s to me. I don't know why.
Einstein's a genius.
Yeah, that guy's like at least as smart as Einstein.
And what's funny is, like, the people that made the bombs.
Oh, it was in 45.
Was it in
Was it 45?
August 6th, 45 to August 9th, 45.
Kind of funny
What?
how we were
The-
both wrong.
I mean, you were
Maybe
off
44
by a
was
year.
when Germany
My
surrendered.
brain
I
told
said,
me
I said
this.
42 and 43 at first.
Yeah, but they were
Then
off by
again,
a
I could
year. My
also
brain
be
told me
wrong
like
on
the
that.
70s. That's how
Yeah.
fucking bad I am at this.
Dude, if we dropped a nuke in the 70s, we'd be fucked. Can you imagine the world?
Yeah,
Like,
no.
my dad lived through a nuke.
I don't know. Like, wait. Nuclear bombs World War II, correct?
Yeah.
Okay,
My
that's what
dad's
it
like,
is.
yeah, it's the brightest thing I ever saw.
I'm genuinely forgetting, like, that Vietnam as a concept, like, was a whole portion of this.
Yeah, around the
Vietnam.
70s was
Oh.
like Vietnam.
Vietnam.
60s,
Like, for
70s.
some reason, my brain just erased that war, so, you know, that meant the war before it had to be taking place there and vice versa. Isn't it awful that that's how I can, like, figure out times through wars?
It's not wrong to think like that, because the world there hasn't been world peace since like over 2,000 to 4,000 years, some shit like that.
For humans?
Yeah. The last time there was like a world without conflict, it was like 4,000 BC. I think.
Dude, I
The
couldn't
old
imagine
save
just
file, and God was like, nah, this is boring.
could you just imagine, like, living in medieval times with, like, some of the diseases that we have? Just polio, you're fucked. You can't do anything.
Oh, yeah.
Elephantitis. Fucking, there was this guy. Do you know what elephantitis is?
Yeah,
you
you
grow
turn
Your
into
big
an
growth.
yeah, your bones grow. Your bones like grow like.
Damn it, you like, hold on.
Lord.
I'll let you continue. You broke me real quick. I was really hoping no one would notice that and then just go through on the podcast.
Oh, fuck yeah.
You said, do you even know what elephantitis is? And they both said the correct answer. And while
No, I didn't say anything.
you didn't say anything.
They both said.
Oh well, while I was saying it, I just went, yeah, you turn into an elephant. And I was really hoping it would just like slip into the podcast and Hunter would hear it later when
noticed.
he's editing.
Well, I'm hearing it now. Same time as you folks.
Yeah, so elephantitis. Yeah,
And he was ugly.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. But
This is not why they call me the
your bone, like
he had a pretty big nose.
it looks like they're like tumors growing. Literally, your bones just grow like and morph into like lumps. It just looks like lumps into like a skeleton. And this guy, his fucking skull like grew, and it ended up snapping his neck and killing him. Out of time.
Could you imagine having?
And he said that he literally laid in the bed for like 2 years suffering or something like that.
This seems like the point that you just shoot him.
So, do you guys know about the guy who had... I don't know what happened to him, but he was a severely disfigured man, but he lived like around us. His name was Raymond Robinson. I'm gonna show you guys some pictures. He had like a super fucked up looking face.
It looks like someone drew it on and then erased it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And he would just he doesn't really have eyes or a mouth or a nose, but he would just walk around at night because he was too ugly. He was too ugly to walk around during the day, and people were scared of him. So he'd walk around at night, and people who saw him were like, "Oh God!"
Even more terrified.
There's a guy who
No,
goes,
go out and day. People feel
Raymond
safer.
Robinson.
Can you look up the elephantitis skeleton? Because they preserve.
I was gonna say I do know what you're talking about. I have seen the pictures. It's weird.
It's
But
pretty crazy.
there's a guy who walks around now who doesn't have a nose.
I seen it. I seen it.
He like just has the what is it, like the nasal cavities that would go into his head, so it's just kind of like.
Yeah, I mean that threw me off. Like, I mean,
And this is gonna sound like the weirdest question about it.
yeah.
I see this man, and he wears glasses, and every time it's not till after I'm not looking at him that my brain's like, how are his glasses staying up?
He probably has like the strap.
He's
Got the strap on him.
He might, but that's what I'm saying.
Got
Like,
the
I don't
glizzy.
know for sure, and it's not until the moment, like, I can't look at this guy for a second. Like, I'll walk by him, see him, smile, like, say hi, because he's nice. He just, like, wave like any other person. But it's not till the moment I walk away and can't look at him real quick that I realize I still don't know how the fuck his glasses are staying up.
God, of course he's gonna wave like any other person. He doesn't have a nose. He's not fucking retarded.
He doesn't have no
That's
hands.
No, I meant I wave at him like any other person.
Oh, I thought you meant like I wave him and he waves back.
No, I'm
like
trying
any
to
other
establish
person.
like
I was
I'm not like running up and
okay.
like point and screech like a fucking chimpanzee. I'm just like, oh, hello, fellow human.
I do know someone. I don't know him, but there was someone who you know, like the Walmart by my house.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
blank
place
that.
we're gonna have to
Yeah.
leave.
It's fine. There was a dude who used to go to that Wendy's up by there, and he would just sit there at the Wendy's and eat his food. And he had a fucking, what's the doll? A ventriloquist doll.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
And he would just walk around and sit there at like, the booth
Yeah,
at
and
the
he would
Wendy's.
talk to it.
Well, yeah, he would talk to it. He'd make it wave at people who would walk by. And he would just walk around like the parking lot and shit with holding this doll, and it was
Yeah, it was pretty
really
creepy.
just
I remember
pretty
going there
creepy.
with Ted one day, and I waved to it waved to me, and I waved to it, and Ted just went, oh, like, don't even fucking give that guy knowledge. I never really knew. I was like, oh, okay, well maybe it's just because
Ted
it's like
don't trust
rude or
nobody.
whatever. But like, Ted was even
Ted's like
uncomfortable. Like he was
ventriloquism.
like.
Ventriloquists, they'll steal your fucking soul, man.
The dude was creepy looking too. I think he like
fuck
dressed
your
up in a
wife.
tux too.
I don't remember.
There's
some
there's
shit.
a woman who
Like really well dressed.
who walks her every day in elf ears around here.
That's a little weird.
She's a cunt too.
Oh
That
man.
makes it even worse.
Ew.
How are you gonna be wearing elf ears in
She
public and still be rude?
She wears elf ears and what I can only describe as like a 50s looking tablecloth dress skirt.
Dude,
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's got like the weird like old woman floral pattern on it.
Yeah.
And she's this like she'll walk through Walmart and like when I worked, and I'd just be like, "How are we doing?" She'd like roll her eyes and just as if like I'm not the weird one in this situation. Like I'm not. You are the absolute asshole.
If someone came into my work wearing elf ears, acting a bitch like that, I'd be like, dude, I would just roast them on the spot. Be like, look at yourself.
You are the real life version of an anime profile picture. You don't have rights.
Welcome to Comedy Central's roast of whatever the fuck this is.
Yo, boy, you look like a motherfucking
The Lion, the Witch, and the audacity of this bitch. So,
barbecue sauce.
Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
What
When
about
was that
it?
coming?
I brought it up on the podcast of just how much in
A couple
general.
times.
Have we actually? Because I don't know. Because was in my phone, but I don't know if I've discussed it and just how much I like the franchise in general and want more.
I would definitely love a show. That would be great.
I also have a question I have to ask. Did I tell the story on the podcast of the time that I walked of the dude who gave me $70 in quarters?
No.
Really? I didn't tell the story? Alright.
Did you say 70?
Yeah. I was working at my... I might have told this on the...
The fuck?
Careful. I might have told this on the podcast where we use two microphones, but the audio doesn't line up because the microphones are different and it's fucked up. So sorry, but I was taking I was taking the trash out at my old job, and it's on a mall. I took the elevator up with the cart, and I saw this like delivery truck, this big like box truck, sitting in like the trash area, and this dude was like holding his hand, like, and his hand was all limp. And I was just ignoring him at first, and he walked up to me. He was like, "Yo, man, you want to make money real quick?" And I was like, please explain. And he was like, no, it's not weird. It's not weird. I was trying to pick up this box of quarters, but I have a bad wrist, and I hurt my wrist when I picked it up. And I dropped the quarters, and they went everywhere. There's a bunch of quarters on the ground over there. So like, if you pick up all the quarters, like, whatever quarters you pick up, you can keep, and I'll give you a couple more handfuls of quarters. And I was like,
Bet.
yeah, I was like, fuck it, alright. Someone else is like working at the store and I don't have to worry about it. So I just like spent like 15 minutes picking up all these quarters. And then dude just like took like 3 big hand scoops of like quarters and just like put them in my shirt. Cause I was like holding my shirt out like this.
Yeah. Like fucking pouch shit.
Yeah, and he was like, well, thanks, man, you're a
man.
lifesaver. And he just like got in his truck and drove away. And he didn't me or kill me or stab me or anything.
Yeah,
And
it's pretty wild.
I was wearing sweatpants, and every single pocket in the sweatpants was like fucking 9 inches in diameter. And it was
You were the real life fucking version of the fucking puffed out fucking pockets,
Yeah.
like overflowing with treasure.
Do you ever
like Ed and Eddie with the jawbreaker.
Your pants just jingling with
so you ever play like a fantasy
280
game?
quarters?
You ever play a fantasy game and like you wear like heavy armor and you walk with the that's what I sounded like whenever I walked down the hallway.
I think Daniel Tosh had a bit where he's like,
Wait.
I don't like to give to homeless people. I just like to have like loose change. Fuck quarters. I want like those Sacagawea gold dollars so you hear like a bell just dingling as I walk by the homeless.
He's walking around the back of That's pretty funny.
But so you worked the whole rest of that shift just with pockets full of quarters?
I think I just went in my bag and just deposited my quarters.
I was gonna say it's pretty funny if you just for the rest of the shift just fucking pockets bulging with quarters chinking around.
Whoa, watch your mouth.
Yeah, whoa.
Whoa.
Hey, whoa, hey. You can't say Asian person.
Alright.
I'll cut that hole.
Alright.
Beep, beep, boop, boop, beep, boop, 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 boop.
You ever notice how racist it is?
Oh!
Where did you hit him?
Right in the
Fucking-
forehead.
Like, you know how when Tim makes that face sometimes you see little lines on his head? It was directly in one.
I don't
Alright.
Hunter, your turn.
Well, alright, so we're back. after these
the gun cocking is our sign to get back in here.
I ever tell you guys about the time that I was on a field trip to like a courtroom for like 5th grade or whatever?
It was to see my dad. He was getting arrested.
Yeah, no.
It was a court trip. The whole class went. It was a court trip.
No. So I
My
found
dad
like
was the chaperone.
I found like a $50 bill in the parking lot. And then like because I grabbed it before one of the other kids, they got really angry and told the teacher that like they were like, "You found money."
And like, cool, tattletale.
Well, no, the teacher was like, "We're gonna call the courtroom and give it back," and like, I was like, "Dude, what the fuck? They lost it. They dropped their cash. It's mine now."
You know, I would have told them, no, we're not gonna call the courtroom and get it.
What happened?
The teacher took the money from me.
Oh, I absolutely would not have given the teacher. They could go fuck themselves. I don't care what age I am. If I found $50, I now have $50.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, dude, I was like 10, maybe. I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna listen to you because you're the boss of me."
I know, but you know what I mean. Like that.
Yeah, no.
I would have put up way more of a fight. Like if I found $10, they're like, "We need to give it back." You give a fuck and stuff. If you want them to have $10, you can give them $10. This is my $10.
I mean, in all fairness, like as an adult now, I'm like, yeah, if I lost $50, I sure would hope that someone.
Even then, I just.
But like,
I lost.
Yeah.
They won. My favorite concept of it, though, is the thought of now, what the fuck could the teacher have done? There's no legal...
Yeah, no, they can't
There's nothing...
go in my pocket, take
Yeah,
the
no.
50. Like, I realize that now.
I know. I'm not saying you should have known that before. I just...
No,
You're like, wow, how
you
fucking
remember
stupid
adult,
of a child were you?
You remember adults just like fucking like pretty much being like, "Oh yeah, just outsmart you," like, and you remember it like oh, if you do this, I'll take you somewhere, and then they never take you there, and you're like, "Oh well."
Now I feel played.
No, you want what is still the most infuriating thing? Either my mom or my dad, to this, I don't remember which one now, told me, because we had like 3-4 walnut trees in our yard, so there's walnuts everywhere, and they hated them, and they can't mow the lawn because it'll destroy the blades. They're like, "Listen, for every walnut you pick up, I'll give you a nickel." And I was like, "Well, a nickel's not much, but I gotta pick up a lot of walnuts then." I'm like, "All right, fine." I picked up enough walnuts to get $100. Like, I filled bags and bags and bags. I did this the entire day. And I went to them and I'm like, "All right, here." I like handed them a piece of paper. I had like jotted down every amount because I counted everything in the bag, and they were just like, "You didn't pick up this many." I'm like, what the fuck do you mean I didn't pick up
Look
that
at
many?
it.
That's not how that works. No, I picked up that many. There's like 18 shopping bags full of fucking walnuts on my treehouse. I want my money, and they're like, "You didn't pick up that many. I'm not giving you stuff that you didn't do." And I'm like,
Count them.
I was furious. I never got paid.
Dude, I'd have been like, count them.
I was livid.
I would have dumped them all out and then like on the floor and then counted them right in front of them, been like 1, 2,
Throw them out a window. 3, 4.
But no, something reminded me of Tim and I were at work, and there was this girl, this woman we work with, and she was talking about like one of her old jobs. If the register was like short, they would have to pay it out of their pocket or whatever. And she was like, "Yeah, it was kind of like worse than the Holocaust." And Tim looks at me and he's like, "I wouldn't quite relate it to that, but okay." I almost lost my shit. I was like, "Oh, buddy."
I was just like, I was kind of, wow.
Well, some things don't seem very equal.
It's 12:42 at 12/4/2020.
That picture that you took
that picture
today.
was pretty crisp. I
So-
think you sent it to the skunk bunker chat.
Yeah, of me just lighting up a bowl, and Jesse
And
takes.
it was at 4:20, and it was 42 degrees outside.
So Jesse just puts another 0, like right by 40 degrees.
It was silly. Ooh.
Do you know it takes 8 pounds of pressure to break a human nose?
Takes less than that to tear off an ear, doesn't it?
I don't know. We'll find out on next week's episode of Mythbusters.
It takes very little amount of pressure to send the human nose into the brain, killing someone immediately.
I think it's 15.
No pressure at all to send me into a mental breakdown.
You just gotta do that upper.
How much was it for eyes? Wasn't it like 2 to 3 pounds?
Dude, these are fucking grapes. I feel like you could just quick jab and they're
Ooh,
done.
I hate eyeball fucking mutilation.
Oh, Connor.
No.
Yeah, don't.
Not eyeballs. I'm with
Jesse's literally the worst.
Jesse with eyeballs.
You wonder why they're ranked higher than you.
Wow.
Welcome to the Square.
Enix. Yep, we're Square Enix. We created
Final
Microsoft.
Fantasy 15.
Microsoft.
They Square. What was the fucking game where they it's I don't remember. It's like one of those fucking games. Final Fantasy. I keep wanting to say Final Fantasy.
Kingdom Hearts?
No, they made like a there's a part where you're walking through like this like giant bridge in like a dreamland, and there's like a huge model of like one of the main characters, and like she's like naked, but like she's positioned in such a way that like
Bravely Default?
you can't
No, that's not
that you can't
Square.
see anything. But then like people very easily found a way to like get out of bounds and look at her ass from behind, and they like fully rendered her like her ass and pussy, and it's like super high res, and people were like, "Whoa, why?"
I don't know what game this could be, but I want to know what game
Is
this
Square?
is.
Alright, hold on. Final Fantasy 15 naked model.
Naked model.
It's not the
It is
first.
a naked model.
You're just gonna
Hi,
get
welcome to
songs. I feel with that.
In case we have Skunk Bunker fans listening currently, I would like to say we're working on gameplay.
We are,
We've hit snags and technical difficulties, but
but we're stupid. We'll figure
Final
it out.
Fantasy 15 wouldn't be that bad a game to play.
I am most disappointed that we don't have the stuff for Fallout, and that we would have to try that, and we'd have to start that over.
Yeah, that one was pretty good.
I want to play it again. You guys want to record Fallout?
Do you think we'll be fine doing it around one microphone?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Probably just have to huddle a little bit.
We're still playing my favorite aspect of it, which is every time you meet a new character, we have to play a game of odds to see if you kill him.
I'm fine with that, but I do want.
We get to start. We'll give you the chance to start over, so maybe that first guy doesn't die.
I want to do that first mission at least because it's like one of the more action-packed missions.
Okay, we'll give you a pass.
But then after that, I'll let you guys fully dictate my path because you absolutely can.
That's it. I think that's my favorite concept, is the idea of like dictating this entire game by chance. Like, there's a chance you would have to kill literally every person you meet.
There's a single-digit amount of characters you can't kill. I'm pretty sure. It's just because like you
They're
couldn't.
integral to
You
the
literally
main-
couldn't beat the story. And even then, most of the main people in the story, if you went and killed... So you can take, like, different, like, options in that game, like, different routes. You can beat the game, like, 4 or 5 different ways through different, like, ways that you side with, like, the factions. But if you wanted to, you could literally just start the game, go, kill the leader of every single faction, and just, like, alright, I win.
You know what? We should do this. We should do this with Undertale too. The idea that as you play the game, what are the odds every time you get into a combat?
I never played Undertale.
I have. It's fun.
I am 3/4 of the way through it, and I had such a weirdly sporadic run that essentially the game was like, I don't think I want you to play this game anymore, and so we're not going to load anymore.
Of your first run?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just dicking around with stuff, and it was like, I don't think we want you to play the game anymore. And just didn't load anymore.
I was in the middle of an extermination run or whatever they're called when I spilled booze into my laptop and ruined it.
Oh,
That was a
oh, oh.
dime fight.
I downloaded this game called Control today because it got added to the Game Pass, and it starts with like shit hitting the fan super hard. It's this weird like mind fuck game. It's like this girl has this like superpower ability, like AI thing that's like a part of her, and she like there's parts of it where she's like talks to herself, and like it'll show the camera of her at a different angle, and like you'll hear inside of her head what she's saying. And she like doesn't ever like refer to it as a name, and she's like, yeah, you know, big, I'm here with you, and then like the screen will flash like the little thing signaling it's listening. And then I was like, this is like pretty cool because like shit's hitting the fan super quick, and she's like, this gets so mysterious. It's so the shooting in that game is so unbearably boring.
Would you say that she has a super-powered mind and a mechanical canine?
There's no dog that I've seen yet. Hold on, I'm gonna pause there. Yeah, pause.
Like just literally the concept that my parents fighting when I was a kid now has this odd effect that like I have too much fun listening to other people argue, because in a dark way it feels like home.
Huh.
Right?
Kind of funny.
It's just an odd concept as I listen to you and your fucking sibling.
Yeah, but we're built different. You didn't have a hard childhood like me's.
Some of my earliest memories are my parents screaming at each other, and me screaming at them to stop, and they don't hear me.
I never told them to stop. I didn't think we needed to
This
stop.
guy.
I tried, and they did not heed my warning.
I remember one time I was like, I had to have been like 4 or 5. I got up to go to the bathroom and I just see my mom crying in the bedroom, and I'm like,
Gross.
I'm like, what's wrong, mother? Fuck. And she's like, your father doesn't love me.
Like,
Really?
two of us. No, I never attempted to get them to stop. I didn't think, like, at no point in my brain I was like, yeah, I can stop this. I just like sat there and listened to it.
Well, my situation, you couldn't. So it's okay, Connor.
So I went to Arby's the other day, and that shit was fucking awful.
I got curly
Exactly.
fries.
You're also wrong because Arby's is fucking delicious.
Yeah.
It's not.
It
It
is.
really
one
is
of the
not.
best
It
fast food.
is.
It
Arby's
is fucking
wonderful.
disgusting.
If you get like chicken.
The
and
Meat
curly
Mountain.
fries-
Did you eat the Meat Mountain?
No,
You
because I
always
don't.
It's
bring-
disgusting.
You always bring that up, but
Because
that's
what is that?
it's not an actual menu item. You have to build that yourself.
Yeah, it's like a specialty thing.
Why would that be a thing? What that you would let these people make?
don't
What
know,
do you?
the same
It's still
reason-
like why
Because
is
they
that on the
fucking
menu?
paid for it, and they can do whatever they want with
The
the
same
food
reason
they
when
buy.
you buy like.
But why are you advertising if you don't?
No
what
one's
the fuck?
They
advertising.
don't advertise.
What do you
it. That was a
mean?
bit that we
It's
were
like
doing.
it's like the Mick.
It's an
Gangbang.
actual thing. It was on their menu. What are you
not.
telling me?
It's
What? Yes,
not.
it was.
It's
It
not.
wasn't.
Yes, it was. Then why was it on the advertisement?
It's not. It's like the McGangbang. It's some shit you build whenever you buy 7 items and you just fucking take the buns off and put it on one bun.
It's like your
Arby's.
fucking Dragon Ball figures. You buy fucking 4 and you get part of it. You buy one item, you get part of it, and you fucking
They
use the
couldn't
part
get
you
away
get
with
to build
selling
it.
that shit.
Buffalo chicken sandwiches are fucking fire.
They are.
If you fuck up a buffalo chicken sandwich, you should go to hell. It's hard to fuck up a buffalo
All right,
chicken
then tell
sandwich.
Dairy
Good for
Queen
them.
to go to hell.
What's wrong with their buffalo chicken sandwich?
The flamethrowers?
All right,
No,
fuck
not
Sheets.
the flamethrower.
Sheets chicken's foul.
I like cheese. I don't mind
chicken's
cheese.
fucking all I eat.
I don't love it. I don't hate it. But no. 2 things. And do me a favor. Don't just immediately shout when I say it, but Tim was right. The Meat Mountain is like an actual menu item, but it's a specialty thing like the McRib. It just shows up.
Okay.
Which is a nice way
What
to...
is it?
Oh, it's just all their meat on a sandwich. Like, they just...
Fucking
That's
disgusting.
Yeah,
Did
they
you
just stick
even
all their
look
meat
at
on a
that?
sandwich, and they put like 2 pieces of cheese.
What the fuck is that?
It's just a
Tim,
bunch of meat on a sandwich.
Tim is right.
Alright,
Yeah,
Tim's
it's
right.
right. We are all wrong and are a bitch.
Like, come on.
But
But even then, like, that has no influence on the rest of the menu. Just don't order the Meat Mountain. Like, I
But
don't
it's
like
the premise
Whoppers,
of
but I
just
still
like
this
this was created there,
Right.
and their slogans. We have the meats. Like, come on, guys.
Yeah, because they have every kind of meat. You can buy a sandwich with each kind of meat.
Though,
Yeah, but, like,
I
you
will
can see
say,
where I was gonna come in, where it's like, oh, we have the meat. Like,
No, they know full well what they're doing.
no, because they changed it. It was like we instead of we have the meat. It was like, oh, now we got the meat. Like, they rearranged their words because people were making fun of it.
They still no, that's still their logo. We have the meat.
We have
No,
the
that's a
meats.
slogan.
Well, yeah.
We have the meats. Yes, they changed it to we have the meats now instead of we have the meat.
Either way, like I don't. None of this is a good argument for why it tastes bad.
It's bad, Connor. I don't know what to
like
tell
none
you.
of this
I don't like
proves
it.
you right. It just is
Do
fucking.
you guys like Jimmy John's?
No, I've never eaten at Jimmy
Never
John's.
eaten Jimmy John's.
I never had Jimmy.
I'll save you guys the experience. Don't fucking go there.
Yeah, I've had the option to go Jimmy John's. The options were Jimmy John's or Chipotle. I went Chipotle every time.
I've never been to Chipotle, and I would rather. I don't care. I would have rather have gone to Chipotle than that one time I went to Jimmy John's.
Chipotle is
Never.
pretty good. I've gone Chipotle 5 times maybe.
Jimmy
Never had
John's
Chipotle.
You ever
is.
go Steak and Shake?
You dude's taking
They closed the one by me.
Well,
They're closed
a lot of the
now,
yeah, I
yeah.
was gonna say a lot of
Oh,
companies,
they're all
like,
done?
Yeah, the company's like dying. There's,
COVID
like,
and
no
shit.
Steak and Shakes.
There's no
COVID
doubt.
probably could get
Yeah.
curb stomped.
Well, no, this was before COVID.
Yeah, this was
Okay.
before COVID. Yeah.
They had
They-
good milkshakes.
They had phenomenal milkshakes, and honestly, their fucking Royal Steak Burger was bomb.
Oh,
as
yeah,
shit.
it's pretty good.
I'm so
Sliders.
glad I stole some of their seasoning.
Huh.
Um,
Anyways, Jimmy John's is. I'm gonna bitch about them just because I hate them. It's you can make it. It's literally slices of like white bread or like hoagie bread you buy. It's from like Giant Eagle or like Walmart. It's like the lowest quality brand. It's like because
I
you
know
recognize
it's quality
you
brand.
recognize it because you fucking own the same bread at your house. They fucking put cold meat in that shit and like a cold cut of cheese, and they just fucking throw it at you, and it's like $10. And it's
This sounds like Subway.
well, Subway
dude,
will
I
fucking
can't-
do the courtesy of throwing in the oven for you and throwing the sauce they
I
made.
like cold sandwiches more.
It's not.
Well, it's
I
because
just-
you're wrong and a bitch, Connor.
I gotta disagree with that
You're
one.
allowed
I
to
can't eat
disagree.
at Subway anymore. I had it too many times at work.
Yeah.
I
And,
haven't
like,
had
people-
enough.
People bring it up, and I'm like, oh.
As a real quick one, just to mention something that like I didn't get a chance to.
What about Minge?
Dairy Queen's is buffalo chicken sandwich is bad, and it is the buffalo chicken because they haven't had buffalo for like they never had buffalo before, and I know this because I would ask for buffalo with like fries or like chicken, and I'd be like, oh, we don't have buffalo, we have sriracha. I'd be like, that's not the same.
It
Fucking,
sounds fire though. It sounds better almost.
I like buffalo.
I like it too, but have you ever had sriracha sauce? Like
I
just
have.
sriracha?
I don't like sriracha.
Oh my god, sriracha's so
my
good.
God, it's
No,
so
okay,
good.
so sriracha, bleep the name, is fucking sriracha and almost soy sauce were ruined for me by fucking like just every 5 seconds
Yeah.
everything smelled and like had to have sriracha or soy sauce
I think
on.
his name's already in somewhere.
It's fine. That's just like one of the reasons I can't eat sriracha. But their buffalo chicken is sweet. And like that's the part like yeah, like I'm sure there's people who like sweet buffalo. But
I want to burn.
right? Like I hate it. It's infuriating.
Yeah,
to
I
me.
want it. I want it to burn.
I want pain.
Have you guys ever had Nashville
No.
chicken?
once or twice. It's
Oh,
either
I've
Fucking gross.
So-
it's
I'm not-
sometimes it's delicious, but I've had what you're saying is just fucking
So
foul.
I'm not really a spicy food eater, and I dabble here and there. I'll get like some spicy wings, and I'm like, but like there was a study that was shown where people like their food more, literally suffering for it. Like there's actually like a study about it. And like it's just that's the draw
like-
to spicy
it's like
food is
pain
because
with
like
sex.
Dude, when I smell buffalo, I can physically feel the
That's
like
savory.
insane increase
Oh,
in
man.
saliva come
Yeah.
from my fucking tongue.
I'm doing it
Have
now
you ever
thinking about
looked
it.
at
Yeah.
like a sour candy or like smell the sour candy and your tongue like starts to burn?
That's like I don't like sour things like that.
Oh,
Really.
I like
Sour
sour.
gummy worms.
I was more
I
sour than
do,
I was
but,
spicy.
I like things that destroy my taste buds and make
My
my
work-
shit hurt.
My first job had dill pickle flavored food, and I would put I'd put extra seasoning on it in the back, and just like eat a bag of the shit with like double the seasoning. But like, come to realize, dill pickle seasoning, it's like a powder. It's just salt and vinegar, and I was just eating like
Oh man!
my fucking roof of my mouth and my tongue were bleeding from how much I was eating. I literally burned a hole in my mouth.
That's fucking.
It's fucking wild.
I had a good time doing it.
Like good times of you just showing up with bags of
Oh
popcorn.
yeah.
I know you hated the popcorn, but holy fuck,
Oh
like
my
that's
God,
a
that
treat.
Dude, that's about to be us with this fucking pizzas.
I know, where the fuck's the pizza now? I'm so hungry.
You know what's funny? The pizza's at Red's. I took it in to offer him a piece, and I left without the rest of the pizza.
Oh well, you
Must
can't
be
even
good
be
Reds.
mad about that. Red's just
The funny thing was, Red had already ordered pizza.
I'm really going to Reds. But here, bro, I'm here with the pizza. Alright, bye.
He's probably, he's definitely asleep.
Jump.
He's fucking
He breaks into his
foul.
house, like
No.
comes around, like shines a light at you, and you just like have half a pizza in your mouth. You're just like, that's all I wanted, man.
My bad.
It's me, bog water.
Bomb.
Bog Water is my official wrestling name. Did you guys ever tell you my rapper name
No.
whenever I become a rapper? My rapper name is Chicken Patty.
I like it.
Yeah.
Tim has DJ Jam Burglar.
Yeah, there's GJ Jamburglar, and then there was actually the one where like it was gonna be zippers
I remember that.
because Riley from the first podcast and hasn't been on since. His friends call me Zippers. I don't because I showed up with a like the brand like I think it's like Trip, and it has like their brand just has like a bunch of zippers on it, and like I had a jacket that had a bunch of zippers. And they were like, "What is that? Zippers? Got a lot of zippers." And I was like, "All right, but this dude's head looks like a shovel."
I'm going to read this news article. Pennsylvania legalizes autonomous delivery robots, classifies them as pedestrians. So we're going to have like go-karts delivering you fucking Uber Eats.
How about that story? This is old, but the fucking hitchhiking robot made it all the way through Canada,
And then as soon as it got to America, it got
not America, Philadelphia.
Philadelphia.
As soon as it got,
People took it apart and like
someone
trashed it.
destroyed it. Like they smashed it to pieces on the side of the road.
I do remember that.
Tim, do you know what we're talking about?
No.
Basically, someone in Canada decided they'd build like this little robot. So it's like out of like bottles and cans and shit. This robot, and they put it on the side of the road with the like the sign that basically was it asking to like hitchhike as far as you'll take it. It made it all the way across Canada. So he was like, "Let's do America now." Takes it down to Philadelphia. Immediately, someone smashes it to pieces for no reason.
Like the start America's.
Yeah, the moment it started.
The second it gets there, someone breaks it.
The second it gets to Philadelphia was like, nah, that's
Not in our
It was
house.
there for like 2 hours.
No. Oh, there's another one. I forgot. This is the first skunk bunker we've recorded since election.
Yeah.
Really?
No, it's
No.
not.
No, it
We were-
technically is because we attempted, but we did it with the 2 mics and it wasn't usable, and we only recorded like 20 minutes, maybe. Like we
Either
didn't.
way.
Yeah.
But still, what I was just gonna say was the fact that that Philadelphia was the deciding factor to make Pennsylvania blue, which was one of the reasons why Biden won. And the fucking memes that
Oh
came out
yeah.
of just the Philadelphia Flyers mascot, that orange
Gritty.
monstrosity, just beating the fuck out of Trump's campaign, just shit like this orange monster's better than that orange monster, or just weird uncomfortable memes about the city that's motto is literally fuck around and find out. I was fucking howling at these. This was so long ago now, and it's
almost.
I'm sad because they were
Definitely
fresh in my
ago.
brain. One of the weeks we were gonna do this, but like I was like, yeah, let's do podcast. And you're like, nah, let's just do let's plays. We don't have anything for a podcast. I had like 8 things lined up, and then I've forgotten them since.
Gotta learn to write them down, like I learned the hard way yesterday.
Bing, bing, bing.
When you hear how hard I can slap my forehead?
Yeah.